These are my top 10 easy to grow from seed flowering plants that are going to pack a massive punch in your borders. Well, they pack a punch in mine anyway, so that's why I'm going to share them with you. Number 1, Nigella, or love in the mist, as some people call it. It has delicate, feathery little foliage and charming sort of pastel coloured, blue or white, pink, star-shaped kind of flowers. I don't really know how to describe their shape. They are very romantic looking. They add a very soft, cloudy look to the borders. And even after they're flowered, their seed pods are really decorative. So that adds extra visual interest. Not only that, but those seed pods are full of seeds, which you can either collect. Obviously, you can actually eat Nigella seeds, which you can either collect or allow to drop onto the ground, and they self-seed readily. So that's the other bonus with Nigella, once you have established them growing in your borders, they will set seed almost every year. I mean, mine have set seed every year since I first grew them, and they fill up quite a big space because they have so many seeds to drop. The next one is number 2 is nasturtiums. Now these are very good also in the vegetable patch. They're easy to grow trailing plants with usually bright orange flowers, but I've noticed you can start getting them in other colours. Now I have a yellowy ivory one, and you can get almost ones verging on pink now. They tend to be later in the summer. They also set seed like Nigella readily, so once you have them established, they will come back every year. Their flowers and leaves are edible. They're also very good at deterring pests in the vegetable plot. They attract the cabbage white butterfly larvae, which eat their leaves, leaving your veggies free from insects, and they also attract beneficial insects too. Number three is one you all know that I grow every year, and that's sweet peas. Sweet peas are obviously beautifully fragrant, and they add height to the border because of the way they trail and grow up. You can use teepees and trellises to add extra height to your borders. They're perfect for softening edges. They're a very romantic plant, and they're just brilliant as a cut flower, so you can fill your house through from early summer right through to midsummer with these beautiful fragrant blooms. The seeds are quite expensive to grow, so one tip I would say is maybe buy your first set as a baby trainer plants in the DIY store garden centres. See if you can get a good deal. Sometimes you can get like 15 plants for £5. Plant them up. That's going to probably be more effective than trying your first year to grow them from seed. When these trainer plants flower, then you can harvest the seeds. So don't pick the cut flowers in your first year. Harvest the seeds, and then you will literally fill a jar with seeds, and that way the following year you can just plant masses and masses of sweet peas by seed. And I have a video on how to successfully grow masses of sweet peas from seed, which I'll link in the description below. Number 4 is Aliums. So you might find that quite a surprising one, but Aliums, once you also get those established in your garden, also self-seed. So you start off and you think, I've got 5 allium bulbs, and before you know it, 3 or 4 years hence, your garden is just going to be full of alliums. So they are a really effective early flowering plant. They just always look beautiful. You can buy them in a range of colours, heights and sizes, and even shapes. Like some of them have like little dangling bells. They're absolutely beautiful. They are long lasting blooms, and they also attract the pollinators. So I definitely recommend alliums. They're really easy. Number 5, cornflowers. Again, really easy to grow. From seed, you can sort of stagger them, so you have some flowering early. You can start them in the winter sowing method, and then you can have some which you can start just in spring that will flower later, and you can use them as cut flowers. They're called bachelor's buttons in the US, I think, and you can buy them in a range of colours, again from sort of very pale blue through to pink and then dark purple, almost black, and they're just absolutely, you just get so many flowers with them. They flower continually, and again, you can collect all the seeds, masses of seeds. So once you've got them established, you can just collect the seeds and grow them infinitely year after year in your borders. Number 6, Shasta daisies. They have their classic white daisy petals with the sunny yellow centres, which really do attract beneficial insects. They are extremely sunny and versatile. They can make cut flowers too. They tend to flower in the midsummer range, and once you can easily grow them from seed. They may not flower the first year. They may take a while to bulk up, but the added advantage is that these guys are perennials, and every year that clump of daisies is going to get bigger and bigger and more prolific, and you're just going to get masses and more masses of daisies every year. And what you can do then is divide the clump, and so you can move those clumps of daisies around to different parts of your garden if you do that when they're dormant in the winter, and they're just going to fill up your borders with these cheery, gorgeous, bright, sunny flowers. Number 7 is honeywort cerinthe. I'm quite new to this one, but I absolutely loved it. I started these in the winter sowing method. They have these beautiful sort of bluey green foliage, and then they have these purpley bells, flowers. They're very discreet. They go very well with sweet peas as a cut flower, and they I planted these tiny little plants which I grew from a seed, and these little tiny plants branched and filled up huge spaces in my garden, and then of course they readily self-seed as well. So another one that's going to fill up your garden borders year after year, and they were super easy to grow from seed. Number 8 is probably the rock star, really, especially if you want punch of colours and cut flowers as well. This one is absolutely the best. It was so much easier to start from seed than I thought it would be. It's the Sweet William Dianthus. Fragrant, colourful blooms in shades of pink and red, and sort of you get those double colours. You get white with pink as well. They're absolutely perfect for cottage style garden borders. They grow every year. They're quite compact, so you'd want them at the front of a border or in pots, and they sort of grow and thicken and get bigger every year. They continue flowering. If you cut them for cut flowers, they'll just keep coming back, and they are wonderful. They start to flower in late spring to early summer, so it's really nice to have them from the get-go in your garden. And the seeds are really easy to collect, so you can just keep growing more and more every year, even though they are a short-lived perennial. So once you have them established, they're going to keep flowering in your border anyway. Number 9, sunflowers. Of course, these are perfect for the back of the borders, but you can now buy shorter ones as well that you can grow in pots or at the front of borders. But the thing about sunflowers is they are just so showstopper, especially in the later part of the summer, when a lot of the other plants are going over. Your sunflowers are just starting to come into their own, and you can buy them now in a wide range of colours and sizes, as I said. And the seed heads, of course, once the seed heads ripen, you just have tons of seed again for the following year, and for the birds if you want to feed the birds. Again, they do attract beneficial insects depending on the variety that you get, but they are just a win-win all round. And then number 10, the final showstopper garden that you grow from seed in the first year is zinnias. They are easy to grow from seed, but you must grow them in a very sunny, warm spot, so they're not something to start in the winter sowing method. Just wait until the frosts have passed before you even think about sowing zinnias. The soil needs to be warm. Another thing you do need to bear in mind is that the birds seem to love the seeds, so perhaps offer some kind of coverage to those seeds while they are establishing. But other than that, once you get them going, they're branching, they're heat tolerant, they're bright, they're jolly. You can buy short versions for pots, and you can buy long stem versions, which also again make excellent cut flowers, and they are cut and come again cut flowers too. Super pollinator friendly, and will absolutely chock fill the border that you've planted them in. So they are my top 10 easy to grow from seed, showstopper flowering plants. And most of them, you can start a plan now to start some of them now in the winter sowing method, and then some of them you can start in spring, and you should have something magnificent in your borders flowering right throughout the summer. If you found this video helpful, please do subscribe, click the notification bell, share with your friends, like, subscribe, visit my website at www.jillbretherton.com, or visit my YouTube store, which is just below, and I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.